Well, that's very interesting, but there's a lot of things in here I think that are fascinating to talk about. So number one, we know that Tesla has already started slightly leaking their new vehicles that are coming out, a more affordable Tesla. The details are still not out there, but people are thinking it's going to be around the $35,000 range, maybe slightly more, maybe slightly less. And so this very well could be, let's say, a rim for a brand new vehicle. But what I really find fascinating here is that it's kind of wobbly, you guys. I don't know if you can see that. I'll turn down the speed of this to say half time. But you can kind of see that there is this oscillation thing where you can see it's not perfectly centered. You see how it's kind of like wobbling a little bit? So wheels don't do that. Car wheels don't do that because you would have a pretty serious problem on the road. And so where my head is going to with this is this could very well be something to do with a brand new vehicle like the Roadster. Now, what's interesting about the new Roadster is that it has a rumor capability to be able to suction itself against the road to create significantly more downforce when it's making turns and going around a track. There have been vehicles out there that have had this technology, but it's reserved for the ultra high performance super race cars. But it is something that Elon has teased that the Roadster would be capable to do, which is being a very, very high performance car. And something like this could be that. This sort of blade, this sort of thing could be the mechanism that actually creates the suction for the vehicle. The other thing I'm thinking about is maybe it could be a drone of sorts. Maybe this is the fan or something at the top of the drone that creates the lift, obviously. Now, of course, that wobble is interesting. Again, there's a little bit of a wobble there, which is, I don't know if it's done on purpose, if it's like this is a test thing, that's just that wobble is driving me nuts right now looking at it. And the other thing as well is maybe it's an HVAC unit. That's something that Elon Musk has teased in the past where Tesla might get into the HVAC game and actually start utilizing the existing supply chain and existing technology that they built within the company to create very efficient air control units. Now, this is a fascinating play because as Tesla's getting into the storage business and the solar business game, the more efficient the things in your house are, the better performant your energy systems are going to be because you're not going to use nearly as much energy to power those things versus a conventional solution that's probably not as energy efficient. We've actually seen Tesla coming out with new deals for their solar panels and their home storage batteries, their sort of energy solution where they're now allowing people to lease their solar plus Powerwall combos in the United States. Their strategy is that, hey, if you lease this product from us and you have it for, say, 5 years with the lease, we're actually going to save you money potentially versus you just paying for a utility. You pay for the lease of getting the solar panels or the solar roof plus the Powerwall. And then over time, you'll save money by not having to pay for electricity. You just pay using solar. And then after 5 years, we'll give you the option to buy it out, which theoretically long-term allows the home buyer to appreciate the value of his house because they have that equipment. Plus, they would save energy on electricity. Now, when I try to quote this out for myself, it actually ends up being more expensive than just using the local electricity people out here. And so this is not something that would work for me, but it could work for other people, let's say in like rural areas or just very isolated areas where perhaps electricity rates are not nearly as competitive as they would be a little bit more developed areas. But I think the overarching theme here, even with this tease, is that there's been so much happening lately in the world of Tesla as far as teasing new products and showing these new things that are coming out. Just yesterday, there was a new video with the Tesla bot freaking doing Kung Fu using its brain. It wasn't teleoperated. Now, of course, it looks choreographed. It looks like some form of premeditated action that the bot is doing. But the takeaway there is based per Elon Musk's guidance is that this is actually using the AI brain to make those movements. It is not somebody sitting down and coding the movements, is that the bot has looked at people doing Kung Fu. Specifically, this looks like a scene out of The Matrix. And so they probably fed it freaking Neo doing Kung Fu and then it figured out how to do Kung Fu. I think that's the overarching thing here is that not so much that, hey, I'm figuring out how to fight. It's like, hey, I figured out how to make these specific movements looking at video. But over time, that's what's going to allow that specific technology to scale. Instead of people writing down and coding the actions, it's going to be the bot looking at video essentially and learning how to do those movements. No different than uploading something in the Matrix into your brain. It's getting really weird, you guys. It's starting to get really weird. Anyway. But as you saw from the teaser here, this new thing will be unveiled on the 7th of October, which means that it will overlap very nicely, again, with the likely release of the more affordable vehicles that Tesla is teasing. In addition to that, they've also been working on this potential Cybervan looking thing, which is a Cybertruck but in a van form factor. There's just a lot. And then on top of that, on November 8th, investors will be voting on Elon Musk's comp package, which has a target of an $8.5 trillion sort of top tranche for Elon to get paid out a historic amount of stock, $1 trillion worth of stock. Obviously, the investors would also make 6 times their money through that path. But I think a lot of these actions, a lot of these teasers, a lot of these things obviously go hand in hand. It's like, hey, look, I'm back in the game. I've put this politics stuff aside. I'm getting back into it. You see? Y'all better vote on it, right? Y'all better vote on my package. Now, I think Tesla passes that package regardless of, how many teasers there are. I think Elon, within the Tesla investor base, is viewed very positively. If you're a Tesla investor, you're likely invested because of Elon and his ability to lead companies and create new industries. And so now you feel like the company is getting back into this sort of swagger, this sort of like thing that captured the imagination of a lot of people when it first started hitting the streets. It's gone through this massive explosion in popularity. Elon has gone through a massive explosion in popularity that obviously comes with good things, but very obviously, as we saw, it also came with bad things in the form of pretty negative attention. And not only that, violence against his specific companies. But now it seems like there's been this recapturing of that magic that Tesla has had in the past, where people were truly fascinated with the tech, with the state-of-the-art tech that Tesla is known for. And now as they're getting into new product lines with the bot, who knows, maybe drones now with this thing, or HVACs, or it's just be a rim for the more affordable vehicle, or even the Roadster, the 2.0 Roadster. You can see that there is a shift now, and that's pretty exciting, not just for Tesla fans, but also for Tesla investors. Anyway, we'll find out very soon here on October 7th, which is Tuesday, what Tesla is really up to here. And of course, on that day, I'll make sure to cover exactly what goes on. And I'll give you my thoughts on everything that comes up. So if you want to make sure you don't miss that, make sure you subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was informative and helpful, and we'll see you in the next one. Take it easy, everybody. Bye-bye.